This is footage shot back in 1915 at the J.A. Ranch. The ranch was founded by Charles Goodnight and John Adair and is still operated by descendants of the Adair family. At its peak size in 1883, the J.A. encompassed over 1 million acres. Since 2005, Andrew Bivens has run the land management side of the ranch.
The salt cedar beetles. They defoliate the leaves off these trees, which will eventually kill the tree. It's what we're doing, what we're doing today, my kids are gonna reap the benefit of, not me.
Andrew is the latest in a long family lineage that goes back 5 generations. The child in his arms represents Generation 6.
It's a very long-term strategy. It'll be my lifetime of working on it, and it'll be my son's lifetime on working on it. And hopefully our grandchildren will have a ranch that's more of a prairie than what my son and I will have.
There was a time when the prairie was open as far as the eye could see. But when early settlers removed fire from the natural landscape, invasive vegetation like mesquite and juniper overtook much of the land.
The brushwork side of it, just clearing this land and then implementing prescribed fire, I feel is the only way we're going to get it back. And we'll never get it back to what it was. Try to slowly improve it to get it closer to what it originally was.
Another land management tool that Andrew uses is called grubbing.
We're just after target species of mesquite and juniper.
The process can be time-consuming, expensive, and extremely difficult.
That's not the hard part. The operator is the hard part. I have a fabulous operator.
And this is the fabulous result on a prairie that's been treated by both grubbing and prescribed burn.
Everything out here is in competition for the little water we get. And pulling the woody invasive species out allows more water for the grass in.
And competition on the range is fierce. Each juniper can soak up to 12 to 15 gallons of water a day. That's water that could go to replenishing the natural prairie grass.
The brush work that Andrew's been doing on this property is phenomenal.
You follow it, treatments on it, no burn.
Todd Montandon is a Texas Parks and Wildlife biologist who gives Andrew technical support.
Andrew's really been able to make some pretty dramatic improvements on the ranch. To reclaim country, a lot of times this takes a lot of time.
So what I've done is I've created a digital map of the JA.
To manage everything here on the ranch, Andrew has a unique approach.
Pasture boundaries, roads, water facilities.
He uses data.
All our windmills, wells, dirt tanks.
Nearly everything.
Any kind of brushwork we put onto our map.
And it all goes into this database.
And so now we have a pretty detailed database of all the brushwork that's been done on the ranch. What I hope to do with this is allow it so when my children and my grandchildren are running the ranch, that they say, oh look, here's what my grandfather did in 2010. Here's what he did in 2011.
Andrew might have to wait a few decades before his kids are old enough to appreciate what Dad's doing on the computer. But waiting doesn't bother him.
It's what you have to do. Leave the land in better shape for the next generation than how I found it.